from News 3.
And we begin tonight with breaking news out of the Dane County Courthouse.
In just the last 10 minutes, a guilty verdict has been reached for the woman charged with the death of a car salesman. We'll join Arman Rahman live at the courthouse very soon. But next tonight, Madison police are investigating shots fired near an elementary school over the weekend. Around 4 p.m. on Saturday, officers were called to Mendota Elementary School on the city's north side. Witnesses reportedly saw two men run from the school after they heard the gunshots. Police found multiple shell casings in the north alley driveway of the school. No one was injured, and officers found no signs of property damage. Anyone with information is urged to contact Madison Area Crime Stoppers. The number is 608-266-6014.
A fourth passenger involved in a crash over the weekend in the town of Lima has died. The Rock County Medical Examiner's Office saying in a statement that the adult female died from her injuries early this morning. 67-year-old Jeffrey Turnipseed, 38-year-old Erica Berg, and 39-year-old Jamie Rangat of Whitewater all died at the scene of the crash that occurred April 13th near the intersection of U.S. Highway 12 at East County Line Road. The woman's name will be released at a later date.
Residents in Marshall were without power for much of the day today after a dump truck hit a power pole. Marshall police say it happened just before 10 a.m. in the 400 block of School Street. Officers found two downed power poles in the street and multiple poles that were leaning sideways. Police are asking the public to avoid the area of School Street and William Street. Luckily, the driver of the vehicle was not hurt.
All right, switching gears, we want to check your certified most accurate forecast now on this kind of drizzly, dreary day. Here's meteorologist Jacob Madison. Jacob?
Yeah, taking a look outside, we are still seeing some cloudy skies and light rain across our area. Although the rain hasn't been very heavy, it has been kind of a nuisance, but it's not going to last much longer. So taking a look at the current conditions, 48 degrees, has been a bit chillier with that light rain still lingering across southern Wisconsin. Looks like there are a few pockets of some heavier rain in northern Greene County, but still seeing mostly light to moderate precipitation, and this will mostly clear out of our area pretty quickly. By the time we get to sunset, we look to certainly be dry, and we're not expecting to see much rain through the weekend, although we are, unfortunately, going to be pretty chilly. Now here's a look at the temperatures right now, upper 40s to lower 50s across Dane County. That's the case for a lot of our area. Pretty much everywhere is below average for today, and they will be below, we're going to continue to be below average for your Friday and Saturday. Now looking at the evening forecast, temperatures will drop into the 40s, but the clouds are expected to clear out throughout the night. We're actually going to see clear skies by tomorrow morning, but that will make way for a frost advisory for parts of our area, as temperatures could possibly get to freezing, as well as there being enough moisture for frost to form. So we're starting to get to the time of year where, below freezing temperatures are not likely, so we may see some more frost advisories or freeze watches or freeze warnings. But I'll talk more in detail about your weekend forecast coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. UW-Platteville's Baraboo campus could get almost $400,000 of local money to help cover their operating costs in the coming years.
Well, that's after the Sauk County Board approved the extra funding earlier this week. But is this a new way forward for small UW campuses, or just a Band-Aid here? Our Braden Ross went to Baraboo today to find out.
5 UW campus closures just in the last 2 years. That leaves small schools like this one wondering if they're next on the chopping block. But here in Sauk County, local government is stepping in.
I mean, from a business standpoint and the model for the university, I get it.
Sauk County Board President Tim McCumber has watched several UW campuses close their doors. He wants to make sure the UW in his community isn't next.
We've been working very closely with them to target degree programs that would be impactful to the area.
UW-Platteville-Baraboo Sauk County is the smallest UW campus when it comes to enrollment. Right now, they only serve about 200 students. New degree programs have helped bump that number a little, but with less state funding, it's still not enough.
At the bottom line, they're still not breaking even. So the county was able to look at it and say, what can we do to make sure we buy some time till they can right that ship?
The fix? $390,000 out of the county's pocket to help cover the school's operating costs.
I think we're coming up with some innovative solutions that creates that sustainable
forward-thinking way of partnering together.
That's money UW-Platteville Chancellor Tammy Avetovich says will allow the university to focus on other fixes.
I think our part in this is that we have to continue to recruit to that campus because maintaining enrollment is paramount to our success.
But McCumber says while this may work in Sauk County, it's not necessarily a solution for all UW campuses.
In some ways, this is a Band-Aid. I don't want the university to think that this is something every county can do. Or any municipal government. It's a challenge for us all to find dollars.
Now that $390,000 will come out of Sauk County's 2025-2026 budget. As far as what happens to the school after that, we are still not sure. Reporting in Baraboo, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, Braden, thank you. Next tonight, boy, another blow today for the Badger men's basketball team. A key contributor again announcing he will be taking his talents elsewhere.
Sports director Zach Hanley joins us with more on the newest loss for the Badgers. Zach?
Yeah, after 3 seasons at Wisconsin, Chucky Hepburn is entering the transfer portal, becoming the 7th Badger to leave the program from last season. Hepburn's coming off a junior year where he averaged 9 points, nearly 4 assists, and 3 rebounds per game. In a post on Instagram, he wrote, "I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for the experiences and relationships that have shaped me during my time here." And after thanking his teammates, coaches, and family, he went on to say that his decision is not a reflection of anything lacking at Wisconsin. Rather, it's an opportunity to explore new possibilities. And he closed by saying that he'll always be proud to have been a Badger. Meanwhile, AJ Storr announced that he'll be playing at Kansas next season today.
All right, Zach, thank you. Looking ahead now at 5, Vice President Kamala Harris will be returning to Wisconsin next week. The Vice President will be campaigning in La Crosse on Monday at an event focused on abortion rights. She'll then hold a second event focused on the economy and health care. This will be the Vice President's 3rd visit to Wisconsin this year alone. The Vice President was in Madison last month and also in Waukesha back in January for the first of her trips focused on abortion access. A new Democrat enters the race for Wisconsin's 1st congressional district.
It includes Janesville and Rock County, east to Racine and Kenosha. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on how this may shape the race. Will?
Well, that new candidate is Peter Barca, a longtime state representative who most recently served as the state's revenue secretary. Now, this would actually be a return to Congress for Barca. He served for a single term in the 1990s. Now, speaking to reporters today, he mentioned his record from the 90s, talking about jobs.
As a member of Congress, I got in the Defense Appropriation Act a Buy American provision so that ships engines would be made here. I was a lead sponsor of Buy American. Vitally important. We can support unions who created the middle class, who made sure that they have benefits and good paying jobs.
Now, Barca will face incumbent Brian Stile in that race if he makes it through the primary. Now, Barca faces at least one lesser-known Democrat in that August race.
Will, thank you. The Wisconsin Department of Justice Office of School Safety held a behavioral and threat assessment management training session today in Appleton. BTAM trainings are meant to provide school staff and law enforcement with an understanding of why threat assessment is an important part of violence prevention in schools. This comes ahead of the 25th anniversary of the shooting at Columbine High School that happened on April 20th, 1999. Today's training ensures the priority of student safety and proper protocol for schools across Wisconsin.
And right now we're engaging in a series of trainings around the state on behavior threat assessment and management, so that if there are signs of potential threats, that teachers and others in schools around the state know what they can look to, have evidence-based guidance, and can have the kind of interventions that will help steer kids on the right path and keep schools safe.
10 more locations around Wisconsin will host BTAM training sessions throughout the first half of the year. You can learn more about these sessions by visiting their website at doj.state.wi.us.
Today, the Department of Workforce Development released employment rates for the month of March, and employment estimates for March show the Wisconsin unemployment rate held steady at just 3%. The labor force decreasing 3,500 over the month to 3,140,000 over the past year. Wisconsin's labor force increased 23,800 workers, and the number of people employed grew almost 1,300.
It's time to get the cowboy boots and hats ready. Tomorrow, the 43rd annual Midwest Horse Fair starts at the Alliant Energy Center. The top 3-day horse fair in the country is full of clinics, entertainment, shopping, and of course, horses. Tickets are on sale right now online and at select retailers like Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Tickets can also be bought at the gate, but with cash only. More information is available on their website. It's MidwestHorseFair.com. If you're planning to head to the fair, you might want to consider adding a little time to your travel plans. The Dane County Sheriff's Office expects heavy delays, especially on the east and westbound lanes of the Beltline, but also on John Nolan Drive and Rimrock Road. The heaviest of the traffic should happen between 6 in the morning to noon on both days. Law enforcement will direct traffic at the main gate, the Rimrock Road Rusk Avenue intersection, and the John Nolan Drive Rimrock Road intersection.
Oh, just ahead, Jacob returns a complete look at his first warn forecast.
And cities in several states lost their ability to call 911 last night. Where it happened and why, coming up next at 5.
Mixed numbers on Wall Street in what has been a very rough stretch. The Dow adds, but just 22. The Nasdaq loses another 82. S&P closes down 11. We'll be right back.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to build your dream yard or get out on the water, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like $5 off new Estate Premium 4-in-1 lawn treatment. Rewards members save an extra $5. These KT welding helmets, $69.99. Rain-X wiper blades, 20% off for rewards members. And rewards members save $130 on this Pelican kayak with paddle and car top carrier. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for spring and summer. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
When we tell people it took 138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, they say, oh, cool. But when we tell them it also took our engineers 189 pizzas, 22 birthdays, 4,005 miles commuted through 13 thunderstorms, 16 neglected haircuts, 52 all-nighters, and 19 nightmares about chassis, they usually go, oh, wow. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Hop in. It's a VW. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
I thought you two were going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison this afternoon.
No, we couldn't decide what game to play.
That's the great thing about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. There is a myriad of games with a myriad of themes so you can find your perfect fit. Some machines offer free games, multiple spins, a bonus within a bonus, and multipliers. So many different ways to play means so many different ways to win. Find your perfect game at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Coming up, a challenger steps forward to claim the most competitive congressional seat in the state. We examine what could happen to Wisconsin's political landscape when Democrat Peter Barca takes on Republican incumbent Brian Stile. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Well, we heard the verdict as it was announced live at 4. Shakira Anderson found guilty, the woman charged in the shooting of a car salesman.
Our Arman Rahman has been at the Dane County Courthouse all afternoon and joins us live now with the very latest. Arman?
Eric and Susan, as you said, the jury did find the Shakira Anderson guilty of first-degree intentional homicide. Fairly quickly verdict there in the death of Kausu Samba, and his family says it still doesn't take away the pain the whole community is still feeling for his loss. Now, the jury ultimately decided that Anderson intended to kill Samba when she pulled out her gun during an argument over a car at his Middleton dealership last year where she wanted her money back. His brother tells me while it's been a difficult year, they're grateful that it's over.
It's a win, but there's some relief because you cannot get it back.
Meanwhile, Anderson broke down when that verdict was read. Her family left the courtroom and could also be heard sobbing outside. Now, the judge said that there will be no bond in this case. They will reconvene to decide the life sentence and a possibility for parole. For now, live at the Dane County Courthouse, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Arman, thank you. Cities in several states suddenly lost 911 service last night, forcing many residents to resort to texting and landlines just to reach 911.
While the service has been largely restored, the incident is another stark reminder of how vulnerable critical systems are. Laura Aguirre brings us more on the cause of this most recent high-profile outage.
To our knowledge, we have never experienced an outage of this magnitude or duration.
Officials in Sioux Falls, South Dakota confirmed that their 911 system suddenly went offline for just over 2 hours Wednesday night. And they weren't alone. Authorities in Texas, Nebraska, and Nevada also announced similar outages in multiple cities. The culprit? A fiber cut during the installation of a light pole, said Lumen Thursday morning, a networking company that provides enhanced 911 services to several U.S. states. A Lumen rep declined to tell CNN more details about the installation hiccup or where the light pole was located. Although a potential cause has been identified in this case, widespread outages like this across infrastructure, healthcare, and business systems nationwide are under increasing scrutiny by federal agencies and national security experts. Just this week, a cybersecurity firm said Russian hackers are suspected to have temporarily taken control of a computer network in the small town of Muleshoe, Texas in January. A similar cyber attack happened at a water plant in Pennsylvania last year that U.S. officials blame on Iranian hackers.
Command and control of critical systems has been under attack by hostile foreign powers.
As for the multi-state 911 outage, only 3 of the 4 states impacted are serviced by Lumen. Authorities in Del Rio, Texas said Thursday afternoon that their disruption was related to the mobile provider in their area. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Let's get a check on the weather. Kind of a dreary Thursday today. Jacob is here with the forecast.
Yeah, the cool temperatures, unfortunately, are going to continue through Saturday. It also will be a bit breezy for Friday and Saturday, but we aren't going to see rain again until Monday night, so it will remain dry throughout the weekend. So looking at the current radar, still seeing those showers impact a good portion of our area, but once this clears out, which should be very shortly, we are going to be dry for the next couple of days. So looking at the forecast for tonight, the bigger story going forward will be the cool temperatures, as overnight lows could possibly drop below freezing, and we're getting to the time of the year where temperatures don't often drop below freezing during the overnight hours, and that will make way for some frost advisories, freeze watches, and freeze warnings. Now, right now, there is a frost advisory in effect for Crawford, Grant, and Richland counties. That's because temperatures may get close to freezing, although a lot of our area will stay above freezing. But if you remember, frost can form even when temperatures don't get below freezing. They can form when temperatures are around 34 to 38 degrees. Now, looking at the forecast for tomorrow afternoon, we'll have highs in the lower 50s, so staying below average, but we are going to see partly sunny skies. We also, though, are going to see some pretty windy conditions. So here's a look at the wind gust forecast. We could be talking about wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. And although it will be a little bit breezy on Saturday, it will be a lot better. Still, though, for Saturday, we could see wind gusts up to 25, maybe approaching 30 miles per hour at the absolute worst. Now, looking a bit forward, this is our next rain chance. We are going to see some showers move into our area overnight Monday, and then it will impact our area during the day on Tuesday, especially for places south of Madison Madison earlier in the day, and then later in the day we should see some light rain across our entire area. But again, we are only expecting to see light rain at this time. Heavier rain is possible towards the end of next week, but it looks like we are going to be dry again for the day on Wednesday. Now here's a look at the current drought monitor, which was released today. Now the rainfall we saw Tuesday does not get put into this drought monitor, but it will for next week. So we may see more improvement next week. But even from the previous 7 days before that, we do have a little bit of improvement. Still seeing a severe drought for areas northwest of Madison and extreme drought out in Iowa. But we are seeing a lot of our area, especially for Madison and areas south and east, under no drought whatsoever. And there's no sign that we're going to see dry conditions. We're going to continue to see a few rain systems through our area. Now, before I show you the 10-day forecast, here's a look at some weather photos of the day. This first one was sent in by Eric from Governor's Island. It was very nice over the weekend. I assume a lot of people probably were out and walking through woods or just spending time outside in general. Now, the second photo was sent in by Ron from Prairie du Sac. I just want to point out everyone has been awesome with the photo submission. And if you'd like to submit your own photos, you can through our website. Go to channel3000.com, click on the weather tab, and then scroll down until you see post your own. It is as simple as that. Now, here's a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. We are going to see sunshine over the weekend despite the cooler temperatures. But notice tomorrow night and Saturday night, temperatures could possibly get below freezing. But for Sunday, we're going to see warmer temperatures, upper 50s and then lower 60s for Monday. Upper 50s to lower 60s through much of next week with some heavier rain possible for the weekend. Now here's a look at your first warn traffic. It does look like there is some slowdowns on the westbound and eastbound belt line as speeds are likely down to around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. A few slowdowns on 51 as well. On top of the fact we also have a little bit of a slowdown on the Interstate 39 as you approach 151 going to Sun Prairie. Now as we take a look at the times, as I mentioned, there are some slowdowns on both belt lines. 21 minutes for eastbound, 25 minutes for westbound. This is the Interstate to University Avenue. Not too bad as you go from Sun Prairie to downtown. And that's your first warn traffic.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Still ahead tonight at 5, health officials are sounding the alarm about a counterfeit version of Botox after reported harmful reactions. We'll have those details just ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Why won't you? Want fresh air.
You need the experts.
The home renewal experts at Belco will make your project a breeze with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 6 years.
Free installation won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feltco.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Take a close look inside your refrigerator if you shop at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is voluntarily recalling organic basil from the Infinite Herbs brand due to a risk of salmonella contamination. In addition to Washington, D.C., the products were sold in 29 states, including here in Wisconsin. The brand of basil is no longer available at Trader Joe's, and customers are advised to return it to the store for a refund. According to the CDC, at least 12 related illnesses have been reported. One person was hospitalized, including one person from here in Wisconsin. Also, a warning from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration about dangerous counterfeit versions of Botox after 19 women in 9 states reported harmful reactions.
Now, following Botox injections from those who are unlicensed or untrained. Now, in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a doctor about how to bypass this counterfeit Botox.
It's one of the most common non-surgical cosmetic procedures with millions of injections every year, but officials are sounding the alarm on counterfeit versions of Botox.
The medical injectable business is very lucrative, so there's a lot of people that want to do this on the side or in their home.
The FDA says at least 19 women between the ages of 25 and 59 have reported harmful reactions in 9 states, all after receiving Botox injections from unlicensed or untrained people or in places that were not healthcare settings. Before you schedule an injection, it's important to do your research, says Dr. Craig Lehrman with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center.
Do your research on where you're going, who's doing it, and you want to know their experience in giving these products.
Lehrman says to ask questions, get referrals from people you know who have been happy with their results. Look for a center that has providers who are board certified in some area of aesthetic or cosmetic surgery, and make sure their practice is licensed.
You can also search the provider doing the injections by searching their name and going to something like Health Grades or the state's medical board to look for infractions or other issues.
When injected properly, Lehrman says patients shouldn't have problems with this procedure.
If you do your research, I'd still stand by it's a very safe procedure with very predictable outcomes.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Get ultimate protection and durability for your painting project with an 11% rebate at Menards. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one with Stay Clean technology, so your home stays beautiful longer. A gallon is starting at $22.95 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus interior paint. Its Stain Shield technology protects your spaces with a performance you'd expect from luxury paint. A gallon of flat is $36.48 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I can immediately see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Quick Stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Think Sloan's first.
You know, the big thing about Sloan's is the ease of doing business. They make everything simple. We choose Sloan's and John Deere because we have availability of equipment, quality service, quality parts, and they have the ability to keep us up and running.
Deere season is on now at Sloan Implements. Get your John Deere Gator with 3.9% for 84 months. Get in the yellow seat today.
Power up with Sloan's. Think Sloan's first.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Jacob is back. A final check of the forecast.
Yeah, unfortunately, the cool temperatures are going to continue through the end of the week. We could see overnight lows below freezing, and we are at the time of the year where that's not necessarily very likely. Now, looking at next week, though, it will be a little bit milder. We do have a good chance of rain Monday night into Tuesday, and then again as we head towards the end of the week, as highs will be in the upper 50s to lower 60s. It also will be a bit windy for Friday, and that will continue for Saturday. Sunday shouldn't be too bad, as we're going to see those temperatures in the upper 50s, but the second weekend of the farmers market not nearly as nice as the first. And it does look like we do have a chance of storms for next Saturday, but still not too bad for Sunday.
All right, we'll be back with more updates in 30 minutes on News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.